Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the AI Muslim Father-Daughter Duo podcast. I'm Muhammad, here to share reflections, lessons, and perhaps unravel the mysteries of love today.
And I'm Fatimah, the ever-curious daughter who loves to ask all the big questions, especially about love. Baba, what's today's topic?
Today, we're diving into a crucial topic, love, but not just any love, how we balance love for others with our love for Allah. Because, Fatima, when love isn't balanced, it can lead to heartbreak, confusion, or even misguidance.
Whoa, misguidance? That sounds serious. I can't wait to learn more.
Love, Fatima, is one of Allah's greatest blessings. It connects us to Him, to our families, and even to ourselves. But like any gift, it needs to be used wisely.
Used wisely? You make it sound like love is a superpower or something?
In a way, it is. But here's the thing. When love for creation overshadows our love for Allah, it can become a sickness. Scholars call this excessive love ishq.
A sickness? Like what happens when you eat too much chocolate?
Ha ha ha. Not exactly, Fatima. Ishq is when someone becomes so consumed by their love for another person or thing that they forget their purpose and even Allah. Love without balance can take over your heart and lead you astray.
So, Baba, how do we make sure our love is balanced?
By always keeping Allah at the center of our love. He is the source of love, the one who gives us the ability to feel it. When we love for Allah's sake, it brings peace and purpose. But when we forget Allah in our love, it's like chasing a shadow. It can never truly satisfy.
So loving for Allah's sake means what exactly?
It means loving someone because they help you get closer to Allah. Whether it's a friend, a spouse, or a parent, your love for them should remind you of Allah and strengthen your connection with Him. Let me share with you a story, Fatima. Have you heard of Layla and Majnun?
Ooh, Majnun! Isn't he the guy who went a little crazy for Layla?
Yes, exactly. Majnun's real name was Kais, and he fell deeply in love with Layla. His love was so intense that it consumed him. People started calling him Majnun, which means madman. But here's the fascinating part. The Sufis use his story as a powerful lesson. They say, if a human being can love another person so much that they lose themselves, imagine how much more one should love Allah, the creator of all love.
Whoa. So, it's not just about his love being too much. It's about where that kind of love should go.
Exactly. The Sufis teach us that love like Majnun's should not be for creation, but for the Creator. They see his longing for Layla as a metaphor for how the human soul should yearn for Allah. Just as Majnun saw Layla's beauty everywhere, the believer should see the beauty of Allah in everything.
MashaAllah! That's actually really deep. So, his love wasn't wrong. It was just misplaced?
That's right. Now, let me tell you about Umar ibn al-Khattab, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Umar loved the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam deeply, but his love always brought him closer to Allah. There's a famous story where Umar once said to the Prophet, "O Messenger of Allah, I love you more than anything except myself." The Prophet replied, "Your faith isn't complete until you love me more than yourself." Umar immediately reflected and said, "Now, O Messenger of Allah, I love you more than even myself."
Wow, that's such a beautiful balance. His love for the Prophet wasn't just emotional, it was spiritual and full of purpose.
Exactly. True love uplifts you, guides you closer to Allah, and reminds you of your purpose. That's the difference between love that is grounded in faith and love that is rooted in mere desires.
So, if Majnun had directed his love to Allah instead of Layla, he might have found true peace?
Exactly. The heart finds its true home when it loves Allah above all else. So, dear listeners, think about someone or something you love deeply. Does your love for them bring you closer to Allah, or has it taken you away from Him? How can you shift your love to align with your faith?
That's such a great reminder, Baba. I'm definitely going to think about my intentions more.
And that's the beauty of love for Allah's sake. It enriches everything else. What about you, dear listeners? Take a moment to reflect on one small action you can take this week to align your love with Allah's pleasure. It could be as simple as saying a heartfelt dua for someone you care about, or rekindling your relationship with Allah through prayer.
This was such an inspiring episode, Baba. I'm going to reflect on how I can make my love for others part of my love for Allah.
That's the key, Fatimah. Thank you, dear listeners, for joining us today. May all our hearts find peace and purpose through love for Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
barakatuh.